Welcome to another Flash Hour on this beautiful Monday. If you attended DGen Hour, I greatly appreciate it, where we go over market open at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time every single morning, Monday through Friday. I might miss tomorrow. I'm going to try to make it. We'll see. But tomorrow I will be at Accelerate. If you are in Miami, in attendance, come find me. I'll be wearing the Flash attire, Flash hat, Flash shirt, and of course, I stand out. I'm a big bald guy. Well, I should say short bald guy, wearing Flash attire. So should be pretty easy to find me if you are there, and if you are interested in market making, we would love, and you know anybody who is, we would love to have a conversation with you. So come find me at Miami Accelerate, put on by Super Team USA, I believe, and we can talk. All right, so Flash Hour, if you've never attended Flash Hour before, bear with me here. We go into State of the Trenches and we get into an overview where we pick out something that we wanted to bring your attention to and highlight that we just thought as a team was important. Then we go over what we got done this week and we round it off with what we're planning to get done. So what's going to be done into the future? It's typically near future, nothing that's like 6 months down the line. It's something that, is relatively close. So we kind of give you a little sneak peek into the roadmap and where our mind is and where the direction of Flash Trade is headed. Other than that, let me pull in, let's see, the cards here. It does look like I do not have. Hey, what's up, brother? Glad you're here. It does look like the team has not kicked off yet, but I'm sure they'll trickle in. We'll go ahead with the festivities, get into State of the Trenches. So State of the Trenches, it does look like Meta added support for USDC payments on Solana for creators in Colombia and the Philippines. My guess is that this is going to be like a beta, alpha beta kind of play. And this is worth watching because if Meta continues to roll out features like this, I mean, obviously could be super interesting for USDC and just the future of integration for stable coins across like social platforms. I know even Elon actually has vocally said that he really wants to have X basically be that WeChat, kind of how China has I call it the everything app, and that's I believe what Elon calls it as well. So, but yeah, South Korea's #1 card issuer signed a MOU with Solana Foundation to build stablecoin payment infrastructure. That's wild. So, I mean, that's basically the government saying, hey, we want new financial rails. Let's do that. I mean, I don't know. That's wild. If you're not bullish, I don't know why. Solana hit a new all-time high with the RWA ecosystem crossing the 2.5 billion in total volume. By the way, we've been talking about this for months. When we first started talking about that, it was just like, I swear it was like a few hundred million, right? I mean, this is wild. 2.5 billion. The acceleration is insane with RWAs. Mega ETH, just to put one pin in that, Mega ETH actually is available on V1 and V2 if you're in the beta, if you're lucky enough to be in the beta. But it also went live on Solana thanks to Sunrise DeFi. They've been doing a lot of great things. If you're following the Solana Foundation page or Sunrise themselves, you can see that they really are bridging or bringing in a ton of assets into the Solana ecosystem. So this is just one that we actually ended up using on Flash Trade. Did you want to say something?
Just join. I was just finding my laptop. It was
No worries. I knew I sent the link and I knew nobody like responded. So I was like, all right, this might be a minute. So I just went into State of the Trenches.
I was just also grabbing my tea as well. I have had some bit of headache, but yeah.
Let's go. No, got to get a little caffeine in the mix. Matter of fact, that's what this is. I'm trying to cut out caffeine, and this is actually like a non-caffeine drink
you
or whatever.
Caffeine. Come on, you need.
I know. I'm not cutting it out completely, but my problem is that no matter what I have at the desk, it's always caffeinated. So this is my effort to have a vitamin electrolyte drink. No, and I say non-caffeine, it like depresses me. Non-caffeinated. But Solana Accelerate this week, Monday. It actually kicked off today, technically, but this is the pre-day, so this is kind of like the first day. There will be some events and festivities for Solana Accelerate today, like Monkey DAO and other things. It's kind of blending into Consensus as well, because I believe Consensus is today also.
It's around Consensus, actually. Like the way they have put Accelerate is basically around Consensus.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So it's like a side event of Consensus.
Yes.
Is that what it?
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Because I was wondering, like, there are all these events that literally said they're definitely Solana events. There's no question. Like, they're Solana people, and it says Consensus event, and I'm like, I'm getting confused. Okay, well that makes sense. Now it makes a lot more sense. So it's based around Consensus. Okay. And then we've got.
I think you'll have to announce that you will be there representing Flash.
I did at the beginning, but yeah, again, I will.
We'll have to put up a post, like the big post, and
yeah,
anyone who's into providing liquidity or market making, please reach out.
It'll just be janitor. It'll just be the. It'd actually be really funny to put the animated version of Mr. Clean. But yes, I will be at Accelerate. You can obviously, if you know anyone that is in the market making space, or if you yourself are involved in market making, we would love to speak to you while I'm in Miami. Potentially, if you cannot make it to Miami, but you're still interested, you still want to speak, not a problem. DMs are open for both the Flash Trade account as well as Mighty Mags, as you can see here in the bottom left corner. So you can always reach out. Anas also, I believe, has his DMs open also. So we definitely have it available, even though we subject ourselves to an unreasonable amount of spam. Let's see. I just wanted to call out that I was 100% right on the I called this like months ago, and Anas, I think, even poo-pooed me live on. He was like, no. The collectors, yeah. And now the collectors market is exploding. I don't know what happened exactly, but I know that Fidgetals and this other collector Crypt, they came out of nowhere. I'm not even really sure where that. Maybe they came from a Coliseum or something like that. I'm not sure, but essentially, a lot of these like weird. I've just never been a collector. Nos knows that. I collect like digital things or like mementos, but nothing that's actually like collector. But man, these collectors are kind of crazy.
When we were in Japan, I didn't like there's so many collector markets in Japan, but I didn't see you chasing any of them, so I didn't get the collector vibes from your side. But yeah,
no, yeah, I'm not a collector. Personally,
I think for me the vendetta for anything around these rare collections is about me losing more than 7 figs into NFTs. So 6 figs I probably lose. High six figs. So I think that is where my bias is. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm going to have to say that's probably a really, really, really good reason to
hate on them.
Yeah, to hate on them. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong background. Where is it? There it is. No, is this it? Sure. One of these are it. There we go. All right. Had the wrong background there. I just noticed as Zahab came in, our real-time Is it real time? Yeah, he still has a real time engineer. But yes, Coinbase also AM launches this cushy. This was super interesting. I wanted to look more into it. I apologize. I really didn't get a lot of time to delve deep, but Coinbase is doing this thing with the tokenized stablecoin credit fund via Superstate. Seems like a really interesting concept to me. Instead of essentially they're tokenizing a fund. I mean, it's interesting to see that on like I have heard of this quasi via some teams and stuff like that, but this has never been like on the institutional level. So, and having such a big company like Coinbase do it kind of brings a little bit more interest in that direction. So, yeah. And then try Call Shot deployed Call Shot football PvP sports fantasy platform. First off, say that 10 times fast. Second, it is so weird to see all this stuff, especially fantasy football. Obviously, a multi-million dollar, I don't even know, like sideshow in my opinion, but that it's all moving to Solana. So cool. It's an interesting concept. They're essentially moving that fantasy football kind of vibe into Solana. Just wanted to call that out. And it has been pushing like serious adoption. I mean, they have real product market fit there with their users. All right. And then the overview. So flash overview. Congratulations to those of you who have access to V2 beta. We are still rolling out to different, right? We're still rolling out to different wallets. So obviously, maybe you don't have access now. Obviously, you could, squeaky wheel gets greased, so reach out to us on Discord, X, and those places. If you are a Flash Trade power user, maybe also you're a staker. Maybe you're not a power user, but you're a staker and you provide LP. You might have been overlooked. We do apologize. We definitely can get you access to V2 beta. Just reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to do so.
And yep, I think the most interesting thing that I was just checking out on the dashboard is the volumes are rising on V2. Yeah. And I believe what my initial plan was, before even we want to open the gates for everyone, I believe V2 might start doing more volume than V1 because, the fees, the experience, the assets, the leverage, everything is better on V2 than what we have on V1. So my whole idea is to make sure, before we open all the gates and do the whole migration, just on the thin liquidity that we have, we might just start doing more volume on it.
It's I hate to say it, but I've been doing DJ Hour for the last week, and man, V2 is just like such a great experience. And the other thing is like the transaction, having zero transaction cost is a big deal.
See, the most interesting part even now is like, since we are giving $10 funded account, you don't even need to have any money in your address, nothing. And what you can essentially do is like log in with your Gmail account, share that address with us, and that's it. You don't have to do anything to get started trading on Flash Trade. So
the social login and then share that, and then we give you access. Yeah, it really is that simple. And then, like you said, I mean, we already supply you with kind of like a starter kit, right? And you can start trading within seconds as soon as we give you access, or as soon as we whitelist your wallet. So and the trading experience is really bar none. I'm dead serious when I say that. If you watch DJ Hour, you will see how quickly I'm able to, because like one of the core things that we have is trading on the charts. And that was always there was this friction point with the trading on the charts thing, because what would happen is you'd trade on the chart, you'd move it, and then you'd have to sign a transaction. With V2, you don't have to sign anything at all. Like there's no signing, and it's immediately, instantly on the chart. Sorry about the dog. So I like I say, if you're watching me, you'll see exactly what I mean. The transition and how smooth it is unreal. But I don't know. Have you tried the actual trading on the chart yet with V2?
Me personally, I haven't tried trading with V2. I'm just trying to test all endpoints, and there are some minor bugs that I'm trying to fix one by one, because the UX is more important for me. That's why I call myself Chief Experience Officer. And I think I've also gotten interesting feedback from some of our close friends who've been using, and they're like, this UI improvement is something that was actually needed overall. Like the
Yeah,
ditching of the yellow shade is something that a lot of people are loving it as they use it more and more.
I could not agree more. Actually, about
After
my
that,
feedback on that.
it's very hard to go back onto V1. You don't want to touch
It
V1
is
once you're
very
on
hard.
V2. Yes.
I hate to say it. It is 100% true. I go back to V1 and I'm like, oh, why? Because then I do the thing with Soulflare. You ever do that with your browser? How it opens up on the right. You have your kind of like wallet on the right, then you have the whole platform. So like that, going back to that experience is not ideal for me.
And the whole reason of having this gated system is to create that like thirst or importance in traders that okay, this is epic. So that is where we're trying to focus towards, is by adding more assets and improving more liquidity, and then basically keeping this gated so that in turn there should be like lagging thirst for to use V2s, because the fees is like you can't find this fees anywhere else right now. And the assets and the leverage, you can't even find leverage, these high leverages at that fees, which is 2 bips. So I think this should be
Yeah,
a
that's the
very
crazy
very
part, right?
addictive experience.
Yeah, this is my DGen. So we're doing an experience on DGen Hour, where essentially we're taking $10 and we're getting to $1,000 through trading. So right now we've only been at it for I think 3 days. And within those 3 days, we have a V1 instance and a V2 instance. So the V2 is performing way better because of the fact that I'm able to get in and out of these trades much more confidently and set these limit orders and stop loss and take profits all via the chart. It's just everything is a lot smoother and better for the trader at the end of the day. So I have found myself gravitating towards trading on V2 a lot more. So if you'd like to follow along with the $10 to $1,000 challenge, every morning at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, we will be live with DGen Hour so that you can catch up with me. We can get up to date on the latest news. We will be having some after Accelerate. I didn't really want to plan anything before Accelerate. I do have a few people lined up to get on DGen Hour in the morning during the US Open, during all that volatility. Should be fun, and they're much better traders than me, so I'll be learning alongside you. It'll be a lot of fun, and they get to make fun of me the entire way through. Our V2 fees, what is it? Our V2 fees accruing to FAF stakers yet?
No.
No.
This deployment, since the liquidity is fully added by team, and this
Bootstrapped,
is and the whole beta program is a different instance, so it does not have all those functionalities that we have on V1. But after the full migration of V1 to the V2 setup, then we'll have all the sweet features that we have right
You're
now
used
live on V1. V2 is just all about trading, and that's it, nothing else. That's why we don't have any tabs called token or earn page as well.
So I wish I would have opened this long on the stream, but I didn't. But you just saw me put a stop loss. It was that easy. You watched that as Anas was talking. Now I can literally see how the chart's moving here. I can say, okay, this is where I want my take profit.
That's it.
Now I instantly take profit. I didn't do anything but just drag it to exactly where I wanted it. And the best part is, if I actually want to edit this, I go to orders, I can hit edit, and then right here on the side, I can do whatever I want. So now I'm on the take profit, and let's say I don't want 31%. I want to take profit at 40%. Hit confirm, instantly done. So it's just a much better and more streamlined user experience that I can't say enough about. So that is that. And then let's get back to
what did we get done this week?
Did we get done? There we go. What did we get done this week? One thing we did leave off that we did get done, guys, is Mega ETH. So we did deploy Mega ETH. That's not on here, but I just wanted to mention that quickly. We did just say it earlier.
I think right now we have the best liquidity for Mega ETH on Perps. If you check on on any other exchange, the quotes are very wide, and we
Yeah.
have the best leverage setup as well. So I think this
Benefit.
is where pool-to-peer engines shine a lot
Yeah.
in
100%.
terms of offerings, and then there is no liquidity fragmentation, and you know the same
You
pool
don't get
can
those wide
basically
spreads.
add more assets. So I think that is where we are excelling and where we will accelerate more. So yep. Yep. So we just covered phase one is live, and just today we added more addresses that were active on Flash
Oh,
dot trade, which is the V1, and I think right now we are seeing higher volumes. It's like the
oh,
all-time high volume on V2, and I'm looking forward to having higher volumes than V1, and probably the leading exchanges that we have on Solana that V2 might just beat in the gated system itself. And
as
that's
long as
what
we
Max
get.
is going to do at Accelerate as well, just to get all those degens on V2.
Yep. Yep. Accelerate's going to be super interesting. It's definitely it's coming down to the wire. It's a pivotal moment for us. If we can,
Yep.
I don't think people understand the level of execution that can happen here. Everything is in place. The last portion is liquidity, and we've been
Right.
saying this for a long time. Is that we needed to build the engine. Now we need to get the gas. The gas is this extra liquidity. So let's accelerate. No pun intended. Go ahead.
And yeah, moving ahead, we've been finalizing the plan for the full migration, which is where all the users who have positions that are open on V1 right now, Flash.trade, would be seamlessly migrated to the V2 deployment without them having to go through any of those issues. Because we certainly understand that some people don't want to close their positions and they have some long-term bets going on. That can be on BTC, Solana, or any other asset. So that is why we are making pathways towards a seamless migration, and Zohib is spearheading that. So if you want to add any comments on the hard work that is being pulled off behind the
Well, it's
scenes?
hard
For
work.
sure, zero downtime is the priority, and I think that's where a lot of focus have been, and a great feedback coming out from the beta users as well, which kind of helps us streamline the whole operation. An interesting factor here is the idea of you kind of having a lower fee tier to trade, and then like all of the token associated flows would also kind of add on top of it. So we're making sure we cover all corners and have the migration as smooth as possible, and have like a lot more exciting markets, and expand on the metals and then equities as well. Like if you've been trading on beta, you might have seen some um, not so common equities being available at one of the highest leverages across the market. So keep those coming. Like let us know if you want to see any more assets before we have the final migration kind of come in.
Yeah, yeah. On V2, we've got some interesting equities for sure. We've got Eli Lilly. That was the one that popped up where I was like, let's go. Intel, and then Texas Instrument. So very, very, very cool. And there's been more added like every day. I don't know. We've added copper, a few other things to Monad and Sui. So those are all interesting adds to the V2 deployment. And I do know Anas had been saying as well that we were planning on adding more. So much more.
For sure. Yes, that is the path forward to make sure it becomes the hub for you to trade anything on chain without you understanding that it's on chain or off chain. Doesn't matter, to be honest. It needs to be decentralized enough that if shit hits the fan, that you can come out easily, and that's it. And that is
Yep.
what we're building with the V2 system. And the next very important thing is about the voltage points. So the voltage points on V1 would be expiring this month, which is 15th of May, which would be the last run up for voltage points on V1. And another important part is we would be having some more interesting collaborations on the way voltage points are converted to, which is in partnership with Magic Blocks. And that is how some more incentivizations would be planned around the V2 deployment, and then you getting the VPs, which could be converted later on to FAF, and then block as well, which is the token of magic blocks. So that is the very important discussion that we are, as we speak, going on with magic blocks, and obviously Max is going to meet the team at the Accelerate. So yeah, that
Yeah,
is what
be
is going
interesting.
on. But the hardest part is the migration without having any downtime, and then making that whole experience seamless. Like tomorrow when you open Flash.trade, you won't even understand that anything changed except the UI, and the
Yeah.
backend is basically swapped out. So that is a very 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 big engineering task that is we are currently undertaking, and testing all the ends that don't go untested, and that is where like the bulk of the time is going on right now, which is to make the migration smooth, safe, and then seamless.
Get my flash trade pin. I gotta put that sucker on. Yeah.
Yeah.
The crazy part too is it's like I tried to express this last time, or probably didn't do a very good job, but I mean, we're like literally the only thing that you're gonna see is that there's a slight different look to the UI with a massive user experience upgrade, but really we're like changing out the entire engine mid-flight as it's going, with no flight interruptions, and you'll still arrive on time. So it's a big task, but Zahab's at the helm, and I'm overly, probably ridiculously confident in Zahab's ability. So I've got no worries on that. And the current deployment on V2 is just so seamless. I can't wait for everybody to experience it, because I know for a fact it'll go viral on the timeline once everybody gets their hands on it, and we've got all those assets that we are looking forward to list. Now, and then the block thing. Yeah, that was like that's a big one. I obviously the new deployment with like the collaboration that you were saying with Magic Block and everything, I'm gonna have to learn a little bit more about. I'm not privy to that. I didn't get that information, but we've been talking about deprecating the old voltage system, voltage point system, for a while. So interested to find out more as we drop that on the timeline. By the way, probably won't discuss it at the moment. Flash Trade V2 Alpha Group.
It's
Yes.
actually live as we speak, and we are following up with their requests and then issues that they're suggesting changes as well. And I think so far the reception has been pretty great. And as I said, the volumes are increasing, and I'm very happy to see that people are liking the experience, although the liquidity is super thin. But yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm trading with $10 here to start, so it's 10 to 1,000. So I'm not making too much of a dent, but
For sure.
but we're doing good. We actually overall, just within 3 days, we're up 10%. I mean, look, percentage wise, if you have a portfolio and you're up 10%, I mean, a few days, shoot, it's pretty good. So we're on our way there. Our first step, little bite, is to make it to $20, and then from there we're gonna it's just about taking the little chunks along the way. We'll start to actually do multi-market. Right now we're sticking to single market buy-ins so that we can get maximize the return. Funding mechanism. I don't know if you want to touch on that again. I know this is
I think
week
yeah.
after week as a Hibs, like
For
I'm
sure,
tired
for
of
sure.
talking about it.
Oh my God. Yep. I think that is the next thing that we will have once we have the full migration that is done. And that is something that we paused on before heading into V2, because I think the idea was V2 is more important, and the whole migration is much more important than having the funding mechanism live on Solana mainnet. So that
Sure.
is what that
But it is
has
important
taken.
now to talk about, and because of a different reason, though, is because of the order book
For
situation.
sure. Yep. I think that is something that we'll add in the next calls as well. That we are actively, basically having a very neat plan on how we do deploy an order book in parallel with having FLP liquidity on, and then basically communicating with the known market makers that in very neat implementation of order books would be coming on Flash, and
Yeah.
then we need
I
them to start.
didn't mean to drop that alpha. I just kind of thought like if we're talking about market makers, we kind of already like gave up the ghost, but maybe not, maybe not to be honest. But I mean, in my head, that was, but I kind of gave up the ghost on that. But we have talked about it in the past. Matter of fact, Zahib and I, when Anas was off and not able to stop us from talking about it, we actually talked about this very thing about maybe a month and a half or 2 months ago. Zahib and I were just on the Flash Hour, and we took probably 30 minutes talking about what Flash could look like, what the future, could potentially be. We talked about order books. We talked about, bringing market makers on, having them compete against our pools. All that stuff was kind of hashed out. It was all a hypothetical, but it was all really, really a great discussion when it comes to like getting a mental model of where Flash Trade is intending to go. Now that does change, of course, with we're not static creatures. We are very dynamic and fluid in the way that if something is not working, or if there is better technology that comes out, we're technologists, as Anas constantly says. So as better technology or better techniques and things like that come out, we do pivot, adjust, and things of that nature. And if you followed us for the last 2 years, you have definitely seen us dip, dodging, and what is it? Dodgeball. We're dodging wrenches and everything else over here. So, but everything's going good with V2 beta access, and we will be adding more, as the last note here says, more assets to V2. So if you do have access to V2 beta, as the days roll out and roll on, you will see every single day, you probably will see more and more assets added to it. So the problem is probably at the moment liquidity, but as we transition, that should alleviate more and more as that moves forward.
For sure. I think, yep. Anything else to add, Zohaib?
Not much else. For beta users, we eager to have your feedback. And yeah, I think we've had some issues with network connectivity in the US, sorting that out. And yeah, if you figure out any issues on your end, just drop us a note. Create a ticket in Discord, reach us out in any way you can, and we'll have it all fixed.
The bizarre part is, by the way, I'm the problem. I'm always the problem. I don't know why. I swear I'm not doing it intentionally. It's like my ISP provider or something. And unfortunately, where I live, it's the only one I have. It's literally that. I can't even switch if I wanted to. I guess I could get the Tesla, what is it, Starlink? I could actually get Starlink, but there's some issues on my end, but I actually think it's me or locally me, because on my phone, when I'm on cellular or on my Seeker, it's fine. So it definitely is something, network wise. But I just wanted to share this, even though this has nothing to do with Flash Trade. Look at my breakfast. Yes. Anyways, moving on. Last parts here. Did you guys have anything else to say before we jump?
Not much. The idea is about onboarding people who are into market making. So Flash is going to launch its own implementation of a very neat order book that has basically no latency, because we would be co-locating the market makers around our deployment of ER. So if you are interested into market making, please reach us out. We are looking for people who are into market making on interesting exotic options and offering much better deals.
Yeah. And then can you explain, I know this is, we really haven't been running too long, but I know this might be a little out of scope, but maybe Zahib can explain potentially, is like, why is this co-location and everything else that you're talking about so important for market makers? Because I think a lot of people don't realize, like, sometimes actually market making on Solana is not that great. But with this particular implementation, this is actually really, really good for market makers.
Yeah, I think number one thing to understand here is that with ephemeral rollups, um, we've essentially eliminated all hiccups, and all of the troubles that market makers have coding on Solana mainnet. That is like transaction fees and irregular ordering, and then there's plethora of other things that you kind of end up having trouble with. Sequencing is not guaranteed, so as a market maker, you kind of always are stuck in a loop where you need a good audience, you need takers to be there, and then when you're trying to update your codes, you just get eaten up by different arbitrages kind of trying to kind of get you, and that's been a trouble. Sequencing on Solana has been troublesome, and then we've had solutions talked about, including BAM, including like the father options, including MCP and all of the other stuff that needs to improve. But then we're not there yet. So with ephemeral rollups, we have that part solved. But again, collocation just makes market makers kind of have the fastest access possible. So even traders who are trading on the ephemeral rollup on the taker side don't have any unfair advantage against honest market makers, or market makers have the best fair play possible. And that's just
What
the
about
beginning of
MEV?
how-
'Cause that was kind of the biggest one for me. I remember you saying something about MEV, and that's almost eliminated or is eliminated. I'm not sure, but you were saying something about like the whole MEV issue with market makers. This is a while back, so I could be wrong if I'm misremembering.
Yeah, but usually like people trying to kind of get stale orders executed before they're canceled is what constitutes to a smaller part of MEV from the market maker's perspective. And then just having the ability to kind of constantly land your transactions, not worrying about the different sorts of priority games, timing games, and transaction execution logic just makes it a lot more resilient. And that's where we are. We kind of you're surgically removing all of the issues that market makers face on the mainnet, and having this like expedited ephemeral rollup environment available for market makers, and that should make a difference until we have the capabilities back on mainnet with all of the features that we've been waiting for since like forever. And once all of that's up, we happily migrate over, and it's just that seamless between ephemeral rollups and mainnet. You can move state. You can like literally have like, just in a single commit, you can bring back all of the state to mainnet and continue operating on the base chain. So that's the advantage we have with rollups.
Yeah, that's a huge advantage. I feel like I'm actually just going to basically take what you just said to accelerate and then just replay this because that's a massive advantage. How the hell, like, Jesus, if I'm a market maker, it just makes sense. Because well, first off, I guess for specific markets, yeah, maybe they wouldn't want to, but we're probably going to offer that anyway, in a way that they don't necessarily get exposed to like everything, like the meme coins and whatnot. But if they can pick specific markets that they want to market make, this kind of makes just absolutely. This is a no-brainer. Saves on so much with this, particular implementation that we have with V2. So anyways, I'm really happy you explained that because it puts a lot of things in perspective for me, who I will be at, by the way, just FYI, again, I will be at Accelerate tomorrow in Miami. So if you are interested, please seek me out. I'll be in a big green shirt. I actually meant to put it next to me. I'll be in a big green shirt. I'll be wearing a Flash Trade hat. And I'll be wearing this cool Flash Trade pin. If you want it, come see me. I'll give it to you. It's the only one I got. But cool pin for you. I think I have a few stickers I might bring with me too if I could find them. But love to see you there, even if you just want to come say hi. If you're in Miami, live in Miami, or you're visiting for Accelerate. And any of the side events, of course, feel free to come say hi. I'll be at the Magic Block deal, the Monkey DAO dealio, a few other things for Super Team USA, and a few other events that I have on the docket. So if you see me there, I'd love for you to come say hi. That'd be awesome, and meet you in person. Anything else, Sahib?
Nope, that's pretty much it.
All right, brother. I'll see you at stand up here in just a little bit.
So,
All right. Thank you so much for attending another flash hour. As you can see, the flash hours are getting they're getting better, right? I'm getting less retarded with every single one. That's always good. DGen hour is also every single day, 9:30 EST or Eastern Standard Time, whatever time that is your time. I'm terrible with all the time zones. I have no idea. Whatever that is, I guess like ChatGPT it, Claude it, should be able to figure it out for you. You can put it on your calendar. We can trade every single morning if that's what you do anyway. You can jump on with me. I am going to try to find a way to integrate spaces with it so that we can have multiple speakers and everything on the actual stream with me. I might be the only visual person, but potentially with spaces, it could be much more interactive. And then we will try to integrate some speakers into the DGen hour. DGen hour is all focused around trading and just the market overall. So we try to go over market news and just hang out. So it's a much more relaxed, kind of just vibey space where we can hang out and trade together. And I am doing the $10 to $1,000 challenge with V2 and V1. Already blew up V1 with Mega ETH. So it is what it is. We're on round 2 for V1 implementation, but V2, we are going strong. And we're in a really good soul long right now. So we'll see if that hits our TP or stop loss. Stop loss is in the money, though. Smart trader here. See, I'm learning. But thanks again for attending Flash Hour. If you want to get more involved with the Flash Trade community, join our Discord. Become a member there so that you can stay up to date with all the latest. That is where most of the alpha is kind of accidentally spilled, is in that chat. Realistically, though, the real secret is if you are a FAF staker, you do get access to a special chat where all of our kind of largest community contributors are there. And that is, but you do have to stake a little bit of FAF to do that. FAF also is a rev share token. So it does actually, any 50% of the revenue from the Flash Trade protocol is shared with FAF stakers. So that is the benefit of holding FAF, as well as a lot of other things as well. Access to the Discord, of course, group. You also get trading discounts and so on and so forth. You can figure that all out in the docs. I can drop that down below. But as always, traders, I'll see you in the markets.